What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with that noted parrot head, Will Leahey. What's happening, Will?
For those of you who don't know, a parrot head is a fan of Jimmy Buffett. Ninja was not just calling me some weird slur.
They wanted it to be a very special experience.
If you want a special experience, go to a Jimmy Buffett concert.
But I'd like to talk a little bit about Emmanuel Clase, because there are a few athletes in American sports history who have a better claim to the GOAT title than Mariano Rivera. It's just completely undisputed. He's the greatest of all time. He's got 5 rings. He was up there the whole time. No one even knows who number 2 is. However, Emmanuel Clase, since he's gotten the league, has been completely unstoppable and probably better than Rivera. Now, again, a lot of Rivera's postseason success is a massive part of his resume, but this guy is absolutely unbelievable, Ninja. And I know you're obsessed with him. Let's talk about him.
I was waiting for lightning to strike you, as you said, probably better than Rivera. That is sacrilegious, Will.
We'll go viral.
You will. You are not wrong. Mariano Rivera's start to his career versus Emmanuel Clase's start to his career. We have the stats right here, side by side. Emmanuel Clase has a better start to his career. It's a long way from here to Mariano Rivera's complete domination for his entire career. But hey, if you look at the starts, you ain't wrong, Will. Career ERA, Mariano Rivera, just an all-time great. All his accolades for so long. But man, Emmanuel Clase this year, do not take this for granted. He actually may get some Cy Young votes. I posted him yesterday and everybody's like, is he going to win the Cy Young? No, he's not going to win the Cy Young this year. Tarik Skubal is going to win the Cy Young this year, and we'll touch on him later in the show. But for the 4th consecutive day, Emmanuel Clase picked up a save here. His ERA plus this year is 6.53, which is insane. He has an ERA of 0.64, a whip of 0.66. He's tied with Ryan Helsley in MLB for saves with 37. This year will go down in history with Zach Britton's ridiculous 2016 year, where he had a 0.54 ERA, 47 saves, but a 0.83 whip and an ERA plus of 800. But Zach Britton's dominance wasn't as prolonged as Emmanuel Clase. Look at the location of these cutters by Clase yesterday. It's freaking impossible. Just like you can see the outline of the batter's box. Amazing command with 100-mile-an-hour cutters. These things were actually breaking 3 to 5 inches each. You can't tell it necessarily because the camera angle's a little off here. Trust me on this. Just pure filth from Emmanuel Clase, and we figured we'd give him his due. Now to the rest of the whip around the league. The Guardians slipped past the Cubs 2-1. Matthew Boyd had 6 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this slider and changeup. He faced Javier Assad, who had 2 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run, and had this painted cutter.
And Ninja, John Kensey Noel, Big Christmas, had the dog of the day here with a ho-ho home run. 430 with a festive pimp job. Also, Ninja, according to the Guardians announcers, not everyone should be in the Christmas spirit because Drew Smiley should actually commit suicide for giving up this home run. I'm not sure I agree, but maybe.
Smiley, he wants to kill himself. He hung him a breaking ball, and boy, Noel took advantage of it.
Valente Bayozo had 4 Ks in 7 scoreless innings, giving up 4 hits as the Marlins blanked the Phillies 5-0. He had the sweeper and cutter and got absolutely fired up. He faced Ty Walker, who had 5 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had these 2 seamers. The Nationals beat the Orioles 9-3. Jake Irvin had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this fastball and changeup. Yusei Kikuchi had 5 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run as the Astros topped the Rays 3-2. He had this painted fastball and these sliders and picked up a sword. He faced Shane Baz, who had 6 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 3 runs, had this 97-mile-an-hour heater at the knees, these curveballs, and this changeup. Joe Boyle had 6 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 4 runs. The A's beat the Mets 9-4. He had these fastballs up to 100 miles an hour, as well as these sliders, and picked up a sword. Cutter Crawford had 4 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. The Red Sox beat the Rangers 9-4. Crawford had this splitter and sweeper. Zebby Matthews had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, only 5 hits and no walks, importantly, in his major league debut, as the Twins killed the Royals 13-3. Is that considered regicide, Will?
I'm not an expert on regicide, but I do believe so, yes.
He had these sliders and cutter. He faced Seth Lugo, who had 4 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 7 earned runs. His ERA now is 3.04. He did have this splitter, but he's definitely been fading in the second half. Gavin Stone had 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 run as the Dodgers beat the Brewers 7-2. He had these sliders and changeups. Nestor Cortez looked good yesterday. He had 9 Ks in 7 scoreless innings, giving up 3 hits. He had this fastball at the knees, these changeups, this cutter, these sweepers, as the Yankees beat the White Sox 4-1. He faced Johnny Cannon, who had 4 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had this elevated fastball like it was shot out of a
cannon.
Kevin Gausman had 5 Ks in 7 scoreless innings as the Blue Jays soared past the Angels 6-1. He had these splitters. He picked up a sword on his splitter, and honestly, his splitter looked kind of back to normal here after a while of looking crappy this season. He faced Carson Fulmer, who had 3 Ks in 3 innings, giving up 5 runs, and had this changeup and sweeper. Eduardo Rodriguez had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs as the D-backs slithered by the Rockies 4-3. He had this 2-seamer and backdoor cutter. He faced Austin Gomber, who had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this curveball. Hunter Greene had 8 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run as the Reds decked the Cards 8-1. He had these overpowering fastballs up to 100 miles an hour. He had this wicked back foot slider, and his slider looked really good overall. But no one's going to remember his stuff because Hunter Greene puked into his glove yet again. Greene in the gills here. If I'm puking, I am not puking into my glove. Although this does help you avoid foreign substance checks because as an umpire, there's no way you're checking that glove. You're like, nah, man, you're good. Although Hunter Greene did have this 100-mile-an-hour puke ball here right after.
He was disgusting on and off the bump, Ninja.
Good point, Will. Greene faced Eric Fetty. Yeah, baby. Fetty had 2 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs. Things didn't go his way. But he had this cutter and fastball. The Braves chopped the Giants 4-3. Charlie Morton had 8 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, and looked like Charlie Morton once again. He had these curveballs, including this ridiculous one. Look at the break on that. That is crazy. He faced Kyle Harrison, who had 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had these changeups. Michael King was brilliant yesterday with 10 strikeouts and 6 scoreless innings as the Padres blanked the Pirates 10-0. He had these 2-seamers and absolutely 6 sweepers. Look at this one that gets a sword way out of the zone. This is Javi Baez, other batter's box territory. And I did this overlay of a 2-seamer and that sweeper, so you can see why you might swing at a Michael King sweeper in the other batter's box. These things tunnel really well. That 2-seamer actually catches the zone. That sweeper catches the middle of the other batter's box.
If you're biasing respectable hitters, then you know you're doing something right, Ninja.
Absolutely. He faced Luis Ortiz, who had 3 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 earned run, and had these wicked 2-seamers. Tarik Skubal went 6 innings with 9 Ks.
Nice.
He was absolutely dominant, giving up only 1 run. He had these fastballs up to 99 miles an hour, these wicked changeups. His changeup whiff rate on this season is 47.7%. It is legit one of the best changeups in Major League Baseball. It is 93-mile-an-hour slider, gave off a K screen. There's a 36% whiff rate on his slider, too. The dude is absolutely disgusting. He is nearly winning the pitching triple crown in the entire major leagues. He leads in wins. He leads in ERA. And is second in strikeouts in all of Major League Baseball, one behind Dylan Cease. He is a prohibitive favorite right now in the Cy Young race. Will, what are his Cy Young odds?
He's minus 700, Ninja. It's what we call a runaway at this point.
And what is Emmanuel Clase? Is he getting any love?
No, he's at plus 10,000. It has to be an innings thing.
It is. No, it's definitely an innings thing. Like if you look at all-time closer seasons, it's there. But yeah, you can't in this environment. Someone asked me if Emmanuel Clase was going to win the Cy Young. I'm like, no, you cannot give him that after the season Tarik Skubal's having, which is a legit great season for a starter. If you're going to potentially win the Major League Triple Crown as a pitcher, that's sick. The Tigers destroyed the Mariners 15-1. He faced George Kirby, who wasn't very good yesterday. He pitched 3 2/3 innings with 5 Ks, but gave up 6 earned runs, 11 runs overall, and 12 hits. And even gave up a walk. This is so not George Kirby. But he did have these filthy knuckle curves and splitter, but definitely a forgettable outing by George Kirby.
You're being kind, Ninja. It might be the worst start of his life.
It was the worst start of his life. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Brian Abreu had these wicked sliders. Cue the saxophone. Alexis Diaz had this nasty slider. Hunter Gaddis had this beautiful slow changeup. Jeff Hoffman had this fastball and slider combo. Kenley Jansen had this nasty cutter. Paul Sewald had these sweepers. And Austin Adams had this 90-mile-an-hour slider and walked off the field just absolutely pimping it, feeling himself. But they get the out of here, you piece of shit. He's a legend. Austin Adams is one of the unique characters in baseball right now.
I didn't know he was this much of a psycho. He got DFA'd by the Mets, and he let him have it, Ninja. And it was, although I like the Mets, I'm into this.
My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, Charlie Morton and his ridiculous curveball. At number 4, Hunter Greene and his 100-mile-an-hour puke ball. At number 3, Tarik Skubal and these wicked changeups. At number 2, Michael King and that ridiculous sweeper in the other batter's box. And at number 1, Emmanuel Clase for these just perfectly pinpoint cutters. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. My picks of the day today, I'm going to start out with Edward Cabrera for 6 Ks or more, then take Brian Wu for 5 Ks or more, and top it off with Jose Barrios for 5 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?